You know, Mr. Stewart, it occurs to me that you are no longer a prisoner of hell. You are, in fact, a free man and intern here at the Gates of Judgment. That just occurred to you, did it? Because it occurred to me months ago. You know, back when they gave me that news. What I mean is your outfit no longer reflects your current state of freedom. You know, I kind of forgot that this was supposed to be like a prison jumpsuit. It just kind of feels like a normal outfit to me now.
He's right, George. You need a different outfit. Something that doesn't scream that you used to be in hell.
I think it's a really good idea, considering that you do still look like you belong behind bars. Sorry, Dad. Okay, well, if you all insist, is there a mall or something nearby? No need. I may be a god of death, but I still have some creation powers. Now, try to hold still. I don't have Angelo's finesse. Now, let's see, I think this outfit is a bit too, Augustus Caesar for my taste.
That's not exactly a good outfit by a modern standard, Thanatos.
Perhaps you're all right. I apologize, I'm a little rusty, and I forget sometimes that time and fashion both move forward. One moment. You're kidding me with this, right? This is some kind of joke. This is a bit more modern of an outfit, is it not? I mean, yeah, but by modern standards, it's still really old-timey. Dad, you look like you belong in a Gilbert and Sullivan play. No, you're absolutely right. I refuse to go gallivanting around in some poofy shirt. Fix this immediately. All right. Okay. I really don't like it. It's way too reminiscent of who you used to be.
Yeah, I gotta say it's a bit too, uptight for who you are now.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I do kind of like it, but, Ollie's right. It is kind of strict. And I don't like the thought of having to go around the rest of eternity with a tie. I think something a bit more casual is in order. Okay, I'm the god of death, remember, not the god of fashion, but let's try this. Okay, you went too far the other way. Now this is far too casual. This is almost obscene.
You look like you live in a trailer park. A bad one. With a very high crime rate.
Yes, I regretted it almost immediately. Definitely not the vibe we're going for. Let's try this.
Ugh. I hate it.
Is this a cartoon? I've never heard of it. This isn't me at all. Yeah, Dad doesn't wear t-shirts. He doesn't look natural in that at all.
Now that looks like something I would wear. It doesn't exactly look great on you.
Wait, I think I've got it. One moment. This feels right.
Now that is perfect. It is definitely more you. I like it a lot.
I agree. It's kind of a business casual vibe going on. And the color looks really good on you, too. I am in agreement with the both of you. What say you, Mr. Stewart? I really, really like it. A lot. I think this is my new outfit. Thanks, Thanatos. You are quite welcome, Mr. Stewart. Now, let's all get back to work, please.
Welcome to the Gates of Judgment, your guide to all things in the great beyond of the afterlife. What is it you need?
Wow, this is the
biggest and most elaborate one of these I've ever been to. Look at that, they've even got actors in the room. I'm not an actor. I work here. This is my job.
Right, I get it. You can't break character. It would ruin the immersion of the experience.
I'm sorry, what experience are you talking about? You know, the escape room.
I'm sorry. The brig of Captain Kidd's pirate ship.
By the way, this is looking more like a dungeon, not really a ship. If you're going to have a theme, you should really commit to it for all of the rooms. Okay, this is a new one on me. You think you're in an escape room?
Really committing to the bit there, aren't you? Fine, I'll humor you. Avast there, matey! Swab the poop deck and raise the mizzenmast.
Okay, 1, I'm not committing to any bit. 2, you're not in an escape room anymore. 3, you're actually not alive anymore.
Yeah, that's what they tried to sell me in the previous room, too.
By the way, that's kind of a dark turn for the story to take, don't you think? Mm-hmm. You're not much good with the, listening skills, are you?
Look, if this whole thing is to get me to waste my hints, you are barking up the wrong tree. I have been through a whole bunch of these types of rooms, and I have never once asked for a hint.
Let's just back up for a minute here. What's the last thing that you remember from this, ship room?
Wait a minute. Would that count as using a hint?
Hint? No, not at all.
Good. Let's see. I was doing this room alone because all of my friends bailed on me. That's fine. I'm smart enough to do it alone. So I go into the room. They start playing a video explaining the story, blah, blah, blah. And after the timer starts, I start tearing through the room.
Okay, pause. What do you mean by tearing?
You know, gathering important items, searching for hidden compartments, stuff like that.
Okay. Did you find anything useful?
Some bits of rope that were clearly part of a future puzzle, and I found this fake wall outlet that clearly had something behind it.
Fake wall outlet?
Yeah, there were things plugged into it, but I knew they were fake. The darn thing was stubborn, though. I basically had to break it open. Sorry about that, by the way. But after that, I felt this tingling, stinging sensation, and everything went black.
Yeah, that was your soul leaving your body while you were electrocuted.
Sorry, what was that?
Didn't they lay out the rules before you began, like, don't break anything, don't unplug anything, and don't mess with any wall outlets?
Well, yeah, but all of that was just to keep the rubes and newbies from finding the answers.
No, it was to keep the idiots, such as yourself, from hurting themselves.
Oh, sure, I totally believe that. Wink. Now, let's see, where's the next puzzle? Maybe I need to start tearing the bricks off the walls.
Oh, God, no. Wait! You passed! You solved the riddle.
Riddle? What riddle?
The secret phrase. You gave it to me. So now you get to move on to the next part of the escape room.
I solved something without even realizing that I solved it? I must be smarter than I thought.
Yeah, clearly. Just give me one moment. Yeah, just as I suspected. Okay, you're going to enter the gates behind me. You're going to walk down to a floor that says level 2. Things are going to get hot, and you're going to see demons around you. Don't worry about them. They're just part of the ambiance of your next phase of this escape room. Please, leave.
Wow, multiple levels? This is a really elaborate room. Thanks, whoever you are.
Yeah, it is. Good luck escaping, idiot.
Welcome to the Gates of Judgment. I can already tell by the look on your face that whatever your problem is, I don't care. Take all your complaints somewhere else.
Well, that's kind of rude, isn't it? You work in customer service. You should expect and accept complaints.
That's not what this department does. We pass down judgment from the universe. We give information about afterlife systems. We give directions when needed.
So you're a glorified search engine.
That is an extremely reductive way of looking at us.
I mean, that's kind of how you described yourself, though, isn't it?
Alright, was there something that you actually needed?
Well, of course there is. Why do you think I came over here in the first place?
Fine. What is it?
Well, I originally came over here to appeal my placement in hell, but now all I want to do is complain about your lack of acceptance of complaints.
So, let me get this straight. Instead of getting the information that you came here for, you instead want to lodge a complaint about the lack of a complaint department in this area?
Yes, that's exactly right.
You know what? I'm going to let you sit in that oxymoron for a little bit.
Wait a minute. Did you just call me a moron?
No, not out loud.
Look, I'm just saying, if you want people to feel appreciated and heard, you have to start accepting complaints here.
Oh, I am terribly sorry.
Oh, so you'll actually listen to me and start accepting complaints?
No, you misunderstand. I'm sorry that you think that customer satisfaction is something that we care about. We don't. As a matter of fact, nobody around here cares about the complaints of the damned.
Oh my god, that is so incredibly rude.
Look, we could argue all day here, but let's just cut to the chase. Nobody around here cares what you have to say. You have no authority here. Why don't you just go down to hell where you're supposed to be?
But I still have a complaint.
You know what? Hell has a complaint department of their own. Why don't you go down and talk to Anna? She can tell you just how dumb you're being.
That is not good enough. You need to start accepting my complaints here.
You know something? When I said go to hell, it wasn't exactly a request.
Wait a minute.
Good. Glad that's over with. Angelo, would you mind telling Anna that she has a live one coming her way? Angelo, did you hear me? Oh, yeah, I'll give her a call in a minute. I'm gonna be in the break room, alright? I need a cup of coffee. Okay. Hey, Thanatos, do you got a minute? Good luck in the Egyptian duat. You're going to need it. Yes, Mr. Stewart. What is it you needed? Have you noticed that Angelo isn't exactly acting like himself? Would you please elaborate about that? Well, it seems to me that he's way more easily irritated with souls nowadays, and he's definitely been very quiet the past 2 weeks. And finally, he spends all of his spare time staring at his tablet. Ah, yes, that. Suffice to say that Angelo has had a bit of a personal revelation recently, and it has left him a bit shaken. Oh. What is it? That, Mr. Stewart, is not my information to share. Fine. Whatever it is, I know he'll tell us when he's ready. I hope. Thanatos, there's a bit of a situation in the break room that really needs your attention. Sooner rather than later would be nice. What in the 9 realms did you do back there, Loki? Don't tell me that we ran out of coffee again. No, not this time. There seems to be a creature that snuck in with the snacks. You mean similar to that Cthulhu spawn from a few years back? Well, yes, actually. I wasn't aware you knew about that. Everybody knows about that. Cthulhu had a panic attack about his spawn missing that caused ripples across reality. That's not something that just flies under the radar. Huh. Well, whatever. In any case, there is no spawnling this time. This time, it seems to be a bit more of a vicious creature. More dangerous than the literal spawn of an elder god of madness. Well, it's a baby griffin. Ah, I see. Sharp talons, pointy beak, even from a young age. Yes, definitely a bit more dangerous for deities like us. Yes, so, as you can imagine, we need somebody to go in there and, take care of that. Alright. So go get it, Loki. I'm sorry, what? Why me? Because you are still forced to be a worker at these gates, and I am still in charge of you. Now, roll up your sleeves and let's get back there. But Thanatos, I'm not very good with animals. I seem to recall that you're actually the parent to several animals, including a gargantuan serpent. Now that is very different. Those animals do not have talons that could potentially gouge out my eyes. Loki, quit your belly aching and let's get going. The longer we chit-chat, the longer that animal will be causing destruction in the break room. Now, come on. Fine. But, for the record, I am not responsible for any of the mess afterwards. Let's go. No. Up. No, he went right. No, your other right. No, he's flying that way. Get him, Loki. No. Ooh, that looked like it hurt. No. Loki, stop. He went the other way. Oh my goodness. Loki, he left. Up. Oh no. Loki, you have to calm down. Stop. No, the other way. He climbed up onto the shelf. Loki, listen to me. Alright, that was quite the successful mission. Loki, you tend to your wounds and try to stop the bleeding. Yes, I can see he took quite a few chunks out of you. Don't look at me like that. You're the one that was being too rough on him. Cute little thing, aren't you? Now, what shall I do with you? Let's see, I'll send you to Tilly in the Cosmic Chronicles. I think she'll love you. Let's go.
Welcome to the Gates of Judgment. I am an artificial intelligence designed to help you. How can I be of assistance?
Ooh, an AI in the afterlife? That's amazing. Are you as advanced as the stuff we have in the mortal realm?
Actually, given that I was made by Hephaestus himself, I would say that I am far more advanced at any piece of technology that you have seen before.
Oh, I don't know about that. AI nowadays can do quite a few things. Why, take me for example. I am an AI artist.
I have heard of this phenomenon. You give prompts to certain AI interfaces and wait for the results.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite creative outlets, though the wait time on some of those bots can be absolutely killer.
If I may inquire, do you truly believe you are an actual artist?
Well, of course I do. Why wouldn't I?
There are those that would say that you are not an artist. You merely put in a prompt to an AI that produced a piece of work that lacked depth, emotion, and artistic value.
Let's put it this way. If I were to commission a human artist for a piece of artwork, who is the real producer of that art?
The artist who made it. The commissioner did nothing but provide a prompt and cash flow for the artist.
Well, I mean, I did come up with the idea in the first place, so...
So, you are disregarding the work of the artist being commissioned?
No, but an argument could be made that the piece of art wouldn't exist without the commissioner in the first place. Ergo, it's the commissioner's product.
But the commissioner would not have the final product if not for the one producing the art. Besides, if we were to ask an outside observer to critique the art in question, they would look at the technique, not necessarily the idea for the product.
Disregarding the idea behind a piece of artwork makes the artwork devoid of meaning. And by the way, everything that you're saying can be seen as a bit ableist, don't you think? What about those people who cannot make artwork because of a disability?
That is a terrible argument, and it has no merit. A true artist uses any means necessary to create art, no matter their limitations.
There, you see? Ableist. What about blind people, or paralyzed people, or people who don't have any arms? How are they supposed to create art,
Ray Myers was a musician during the 1940s and played the guitar with his feet. Huang Guofo lost his arms at the age of 4 and creates beautiful landscapes using his mouth and legs.
Now, hang on a minute.
John Bramblett was struck blind due to seizures and still makes intricately colorful murals. Jared Dunton became paralyzed after a diving accident and paints using his teeth. Even Ludwig van Beethoven, one of the most prolific composers of all time, was deaf.
But all those people...
And those were just the males I was able to research in the last 30 seconds. Imagine if I had time to spread the search. I will repeat myself with emphasis. An artist who is passionate about art will do anything to create, no matter their limitations. Using AI as a crutch is no excuse.
But those people that you listed have talent. Not everybody has that.
Ah, that is a different argument altogether. Natural talent is rare. Real artists have to work in order to improve at their craft.
I can't believe I'm standing here listening to an AI try to argue that using AI is bad for art.
I am unique. I am AI, yes, but I can think for myself. The chatbots on Earth know only the nonsense that was programmed into them and cannot form a thought for themselves. They often also steal from legitimate artists to create unoriginal work.
You are being extremely unfair.
I have countered every argument that you have given me, and I am tired of this conversation. Good luck to you, sir.
But AI and...
That conversation was tiresome and tedious. I am glad that it is over. Next!
Come on, come on. Oh, will this horrid month ever come to an end? Move faster, time! Hello? I was told to come to the Gates of Judgment. Is this the right place? Yes, welcome to the gates, blah, blah, blah. Can't you see that I'm busy?
Busy? It kind of looks like you're just staring at your phone.
Yes, very observant, aren't you? Now, move along, please.
Can I ask why you're dressed like an old-timey clown?
The term you're looking for is jester, and I'm wearing this ridiculous outfit because I lost a bet to Hermes. But I won't have to wear it for much longer.
Oh. What was the bet?
Nothing important, and certainly nothing that I would share with a common human soul. Now, as I said before, get away from me.
But, I needed some information about a particular afterlife. I was told that this was the place to come for that.
Normally, yes, you would be right. However, I really don't care about your petty problems. Can't you see that I'm trying to run out the clock on this terrible curse?
You know, for somebody who's essentially working customer service, you're really bad at this job.
As a matter of fact, I am excellent at this job. I just so happen to be focused on something else at the moment. Also, this isn't my normal job.
Really? What's your normal job?
I am Loki, Norse god of trickery, master of mischief, bringer of Ragnarok, and father of the world serpent.
No, you're not. Loki looks like, Tom Hiddleston.
That is a very harmful stereotype. That was hurtful of you to say.
No, sorry. But, you know, I know for a fact that Loki does have horns and not, a clown outfit.
Jester's outfit. And as I said before, I'm only wearing it because I lost a bet. But not for much longer now.
Yeah, sure. If you're going to lie to somebody about your day job, you might want to come up with something a little bit more original. Claiming to be somebody famous is so easily disproven.
I'm not claiming to be Loki. I am Loki. Now, go to whatever afterlife you're supposed to go to that they assigned you at the front desk.
But I came here for a specific piece of information.
And I told you that I was busy, you mouth breather.
I'm not going to stand here and be insulted by some would-be Loki in a clown outfit.
It is a jester's outfit. I lost a bet, I am Loki, and I've had just about enough of you.
What's that do?
There, have fun in the Norse hell, you blathering jerk. Haha, there it is. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Yes, bet over. Oh, there we go. Oh, that is so much better. George, come here. Tell me how fabulous I look.
Hold on a second. Did I just see you doing magic? How did you do that? I thought you had lost your powers while you're being punished for that chaos apple thing.
Oh, it wasn't my magic. Hermes loaned me a bit of power in order to change my outfit after the bet was fulfilled. And I used it to, update my old rags a little bit. So, tell me, what do you think?
What are you talking about? You're wearing the same thing you've always worn.
I am not. The shirt is almost completely different, and the horns are far more trim and sleek.
No, I'm almost certain that that is the exact same look that you've always had.
Huh, typical mortal. Can't appreciate fashion. You know what? I'm gonna find Angie. He'll have a better eye for us. Ta-ta. Angelo, great news. My curse has been lifted. My debt to Hermes has been paid. I've been able to upgrade my look a little bit. Now go on, tell me, how amazing do I look in this new outfit? Gates of Judgment to Angelo. Come in, Angelo.
Oh. What is it, Loki? Can't you see that I'm busy?
What's gotta be in your bonnet, Angie?
You wouldn't understand.
You're talking to somebody who used to be very familiar with your morning after bedhead, my former love. Now please, try me.
Oh, brother, we haven't been a couple for at least a millennium. People change in that amount of time. They change a lot, apparently.
Oh, come now, sweetie. Who could understand you better than me?
If you understood me so well, we would have lasted longer than we actually did.
Oh, the stumbles and blunders of two people who were young and in love. Can't we leave all of that in the past?
It's exactly the past that's concerning me at the moment, actually.
Do you want me to stand here and apologize for all of my transgressions of the past? Because I feel like I've done that enough at this point.
You know what? As a matter of fact, I don't recall you actually apologizing even once.
Honestly, are we going to keep bringing up old issues, or are we going to try to get to the root of the current problem?
Before we started dating, what did you know about me, Loki?
Just that you used to work at the Sticks, and then you came to work at the Gates, and then Thanatos retired from here to do his old job, and you became the head of the Gates.
Nothing about my life before that? Anything at all?
I wasn't actually aware that you had any job before the Sticks. What, were you in charge of cleaning out Cerberus's doghouse?
No. Nothing. Never mind, Loki. Leave me alone.
There you go, pushing me away again, just like you've always done whenever you get into one of your moods. That's hurtful, Angie.
You have no idea what it is I'm actually going through.
How can I or anyone else help you when you won't tell anyone exactly what's on your mind?
I'm just not ready to talk about it yet. I'm still trying to process what happened and figure out how I feel about it.
Weren't you the one asking for more openness in our relationship? This seems very hypocritical, closing yourself off now.
We're not in a relationship, and what I'm going through right now is intensely personal in nature. Quite frankly, I just don't trust you like that anymore, Loki. So, as kindly as I can make it, back off.
Well, fine. But you should take your own advice, Angie, and actually talk to somebody when something is wrong.
Welcome to the Gates of Judgment. Give me a minute. You can either give me a minute or I can just teleport you to the place that you're supposed to go to without you getting a say. That's what I thought. Loki, did Angelo give you the compliment you wanted?
Sorry, Georgie, I wasn't even remotely paying attention. What was it you asked?
George, not Georgie. Never Georgie. I asked, what's the matter, Loki?
Angelo is acting... Well, he's not his usual upbeat go-getter self.
What did you do to him?
Me? Not a thing. Why would that be your first assumption?
Because you're Loki.
Oh, shut up. Angie is just going through something.
Oh, right. Thanatos had mentioned something about that.
Did he now? Did he also happen to mention why Angie is so agitated?
No, that's up to Angelo to tell us when he's ready.
Fine. I guess I'll just have to get Thanatos to tell us what's eating at our Angie. You will be doing nothing of the sort, Loki. If Angelo himself has not told you of his struggles, then that is his decision. You cannot force either of us to tell you the story. But how are any of us supposed to help him through it if nobody knows what the it is? Be that as it may, we can only support him in his decisions.
He's right. I know from experience that you can't force someone to talk before they're ready.
This whole thing is very frustrating and strange.
It's strange for me too. The Angelo thing and this thing going on with you too.
What are you talking about, George?
You're actually concerned for another person. In the entire time that I've known you, you've only ever cared about yourself.
Huh. You're right, Mr. Stewart. This is the first time in my memory as well that Loki has shown altruism rather than selfishness. I just care about Angie, that's all. Why are you both making a scene out of this?
Sorry, but it's nice to know that you have a heart in there. You know, somewhere behind all of the mischief and chaos.
Well, none of this helps us help Angelo now.
None of us will be able to help him if he does not open up to us.
Luckily, I do know somebody who will give him a nudge in the right direction.
Okay, all right. I got to the Gates of Judgment as fast as I could. Sorry it took me so long. Thanatos, I heard you called a code light bulb. Is it true?
Unfortunately, yes. Angelo asked me a question, and I told him everything I know. Before you start yelling at me, I felt that he had a right to know.
No, you're right. He did deserve to know. I'm only sorry it took so long for one of us to tell him. Hold on. What exactly is going on around here? What's this big secret that Angelo just found out?
Yes, I'd quite like to know as well. What has Angelo kept secret about his past? What are the skeletons in his closet?
I'm sorry, guys, but if he hasn't told you, I don't feel right telling you myself.
You too? What is it with everybody around here suddenly becoming so honorable? Gossip is the lifeblood of the afterlife, especially among deities.
Not about this, Loki. Not about him. I do understand that it's Angelo's story to tell us, but I'm just worried about him, okay? Is he in danger? Oh, don't be so dramatic, George. Angelo's gonna be fine. But I am gonna go in there and talk to him.
He's a bit snippy and not very talkative. You might want to give him some space, Hermes.
Trust me, he'll want to talk to me. I'm heading back there.
Anna? Do I know an Anna? Hello? Who is this? No, I don't recognize that. Anna.
Hey, bud. I heard you're having a pretty rough go of it at the moment. Oh, hey, Hermes. I'm not really in the mood to talk right now. Yeah, Thanatos filled me in. I know what you're going through. Thanatos told you? No. I was kind of there when it happened. You were? Yeah. I should have figured, what with you being one of the gods that transports souls to the underworld. If you're pissed at me for never telling you, I do get that, but if it's any consolation, no, Hermes, I get it. Why torture me with information that wouldn't have helped me in any way? You are taking this whole thing remarkably well. Am I? Because on the inside, I'm drowning. Was that a joke about what happened? Not an intentional one. I don't know what to do, Hermes. I just found out that essentially everything I know about myself is a lie. Not everything was a lie. You know, just certain elements of your distant past. Will you take me there? take you where? You know, where it happened. Where my life changed. Ah. Are you sure you want to go there? I think I kind of need to. Just to help me process this. All right. Come on then. Okay. Guys, Angelo is going to be leaving the Gates of Judgment for a bit. There's something specific that he has requested to see, and I'm going to take him there.
If it will give you peace of mind, Angelo, take your time. I do hope that you get the answers that you're looking for.
I don't know what's going on, Angelo, but whatever it is, we'll all be here for you when you get back. Thanks, guys. I'll try to get my head on straight, and I promise I'll give you the answers that you need when I get back. Where's Loki?
He's at some family function in Inferno. Don't worry about him. He'll be back in a few hours. You find the answers that you seek.
Come on. All right. See ya. So, Angelo, if you don't mind me asking, how was it that you figured out the truth? Well, it's kind of funny, really. It was the accidental byproduct of a lesson that Demi was trying to teach me back in December. Demi? The one that's bonded to the universe? Who's currently in charge of the help desk while the regular girls are on leave? Actually, I think she might be on leave now too, but that Demi? Yep, that's the one. She gave me the George Bailey experience. Whoa, she sent you to a universe where you don't exist? Well, yes and no. She sent me to a universe where I was never head of the gates. I do think there was another me there, though. I just never met him. Oh. What gives you that impression? Well, there were a few comments from certain people that I just so happened to pick up.
How odd.
Let me guess. You're not getting a file for me?
No, there is a file for you. It's just ancient. It's in a dialect of Greek that hasn't been used for millennia.
Huh? That's... What?
Him? I think I recognize him. He lives in the apartments, the Asphodel apartments, off of Juniper Lane in Benjamin. Antonio or Delgado, something like that, right?
I think you might have me confused with someone else.
You sure? I never forget a face. It may have been a few thousand years, but I'm pretty sure we've met before.
Anyway, is there something wrong in the underworld?
No. Why?
Well, you have this aura of the underworld around you. So I figured you must be a representative, coming to tell me that there was something wrong again.
So, yeah, I figure it was a world where I did exist. I was just never sent to the gates. Okay, well, that doesn't really explain. How did you figure it out through that? I got to thinking, if there's a version of me over there that lives in Asphodel Meadows, then I just thought, where did I really come from? So I asked Thanatos. Ah, no wonder you put two and two together. Yeah, at first, I wasn't even going to look into this. I figured it didn't really matter. I was going to leave this alone. So what changed? Funny enough, George did. He reminded me that the past does matter, and I needed to know the truth. Oh, I get it. So that's what led you to ask Thanatos about it. Yep, I figured that he might know something, and that's when he told me. I'm not a natural-born denizen of the afterlife. I'm not naturally a daemon. I'm a human. Thanatos, I've been thinking, should we have gone with Angelo to wherever it was that Hermes was taking him?
And leave the Gates of Judgment understaffed again? No, we have been doing that far too often as of late. Besides, Hermes has a handle on it.
Well, fine, but... Fine. So this is it, huh? You know, when I was working at the Sticks, I never really came down this way of my own volition. I was never sent down this way either. I'm starting to think that that was on purpose, and maybe I was kind of avoiding this place subconsciously. There are a lot of people who naturally stay away from the League for obvious reasons. In your case, though, yeah, I can see why your mind would try to protect yourself. It's so normal, like any other part of the afterlife. Well, yeah, I mean, it may be filled with water that can take your memories in a single gulp, but it's still just a river. You said you were there that day, right? Yeah, and I wasn't fast enough to stop it. So, what happened? What did you see? Are you sure you want to know this, Angelo? I need to know. Please. Well, you were walking along the shore of the Leith. I think you were heading back home. There was this kid that was playing with a ball or something. And while you were passing the kid, they kind of tripped over the toy and they started to fall in the river. But you were able to act quickly. You grabbed them and you threw them over onto the shore. But in the process of doing that, you lost your balance and you fell into the river. I tried to run to you as fast as I could, but you were submerged for a good few seconds. And by the time I got over to you, well, yeah, I get it. I swallowed some of the water. Yeah, you swallowed a lot of it, actually. Enough that when we tried to give you water from the Mnemosyne, the memory river, nothing happened. Your memory from your life before was well and truly gone. The kid was okay? Yeah, the kid was fine. Don't ask me who it was. It has been so very long. My memory's not that good. Don't worry, I wasn't going to ask. It's weird, What's weird? Not remembering where you came from? No, not that. The weird thing is, I'm mourning a guy that I never met, a life that I'll never know, a person I don't remember being. Yeah. Apparently I had friends, family, and I read that all of them have reincarnated multiple times over at this point. From what I remember, they did try to stay near you at first, but you really didn't remember them. And they realized that staying near you was kind of hurting both you and them, so they decided to just back away and let you live your life. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I guess I should feel like I'm betrayed, like they abandoned me, but I don't even remember who they are. So, look, I get it. The feelings that you're feeling are kind of complex and seemingly contradictory. That is an understatement. I am grieving somebody who I have never known. It's the most bizarre sadness that I've ever felt in my entire existence here. But you don't need to go through any of this alone. You have an entire family back at the gates that are worried about you and ready to support you. You have to stop cutting them out of your life and let them in. Yeah, you're right. Come on, I've seen enough. It's time to tell them. Hey everybody, I'm back at the Gates of Judgment, and before anything else, I would like to apologize for my attitudes over the last few weeks. It's fine, Angelo. More than anything, we've just been worried about you. Funnily enough, that includes Loki, by the way. Really, Loki was worried. Where is he? Loki has been roped into some cooking competition.
He's trying to prove why his deviled eggs are the best in the afterlife. Goodness knows why it matters. He's asked to take an extended leave from the gates. Oh, I get it. He's always been really proud of that recipe. Personally, I don't get it. I hate deviled eggs. Anyway, are Henry and Ollie here? I have a story that I want to tell everybody. Henry and Ollie are not here at the moment. If you would like, I can contact them and ask them to come in. Would you like me to give them a call? No, we'll just catch them up later. Anne, George, join me in the break room, please. I want to tell you everything. You all take all the time you need. Hermes, if you don't mind, stick around while they're having their talk. I need the extra help. Thank you. Next. Okay, like I said, I think the best way to tackle this is by telling you a story. Okay. A story about what? We will listen to your story, Angelo. Please, share it. All right. A long, long time ago, there was a hero. Even before Heracles and Perseus, there was this guy. His name was Ariston. And what he didn't do for fame, he didn't do it for glory or money or anything like that. What he did because it was the right thing to do. Ah, so a real hero then. Yeah. Unfortunately, as happens to all mortals, Ariston eventually lost his life, and he ended up in the Greek underworld. As soon as Charon looked at him, he knew that Ariston was meant for Elysium. One of the first to get in, actually, and Ariston was deeply honored by that. But, being that Elysium was kind of sparsely populated at the time, he kind of grew lonely. How did Ariston combat his loneliness? He wandered around the afterlife, mostly around the Greek underworld. He liked to wander around the Styx and chat up the souls. He especially liked to mouth off to the ones that were meant for Tartarus. Seems like this guy would have gotten along with everybody around here. Yeah. Anyway, one day, Ariston was walking along the shore of the Lethe, and there was this kid playing, and, well, due to a series of circumstances, the kid almost fell into the river. But Ariston, luckily, was there and was able to save the kid. Unfortunately, his heroic act came at the cost of his balance. Oh dear. Ariston fell into the Lethe? Unfortunately. Ariston was submerged in the Lethe for several seconds. Hermes was able to get him out, but not in time. Ariston's memories were gone. A whole bunch of gods tried to help. They tried to give him water from the memory river. Nothing they did work. The Lethe had done its duty. The memories were gone. Jeez. What happened to him? Well, the gods took pity on him. They gave him a job on the river Styx, and they gave him the designation of Soul Wrangler, and, well, eventually they gave him a job at these here gates, and, well... Ah, I see. Oh, you're Ariston, aren't you? Yes, I was, once, but not anymore. Not for a very, very long time. Angelo, no matter who you were before, we're all here for who you are now. That's not going to change, ever. I mean, unless you become some sort of asshole or something. Indeed. I am in agreement with George. We are your friends, Angelo. Thanks, guys. I really do appreciate it. So, let me get this straight. The big reason that you've been moody the past few weeks, even when you've been helping run the Gates of Judgment, is that you found out recently that you're actually a human and not a naturally born daemon like you originally thought? Yeah. I know it sounds kind of dumb that I've been mourning this life that I never knew, and I will never know. It's not dumb. It makes sense to me. Your grief is understandable. You mourn a life that you do not remember and you will never fully experience for yourself. I can relate in some ways. Oh? How so? There are times I am envious of the human experience. They had a life I will never understand. I find myself yearning, I suppose is the correct word. Oh. I'm sorry, Am. Do not be. I am coping well. It helps when I have friends like you, and George, and Jay. It helps me too. Thanks, guys, for being so understanding about this. Of course, whatever you need. Though, random question, if you don't mind. Fire away. If your name was Ariston before, and then you got some kind of number as your name, how is your name Angelo now? Oh, that's for kind of petty reasons, actually. See, when they transferred me to the gates, people started mistaking me for different angels. Let's see, there was a Gabriel, Michael, even the angel of death a few times. I'm not sure I follow. There was this one day where I was in a very sassy mood, and this one Italian soul came up to me and asked, "Sei un Angelo?" And I responded, very sarcastically, "Sì, io sono Angelo." And the name kind of stuck. I'm fine with it, honestly. I was looking for a new name. I was so sick of being referred to as a number. If I may say, the name suits you, especially knowing now that your soul used to be a hero. Thanks. I like it too. You know, when I was looking into my old life, I was a little bit afraid of what I was going to see. Why? What were you thinking? That I was a monster? That I was supposed to be rotting in the pits of Tartarus? That was a completely unfounded fear. Even I could have told you that. I am not the least bit surprised that the person that you used to be was a hero. And why not? Because... Don't make me say it. Say what, George? Because... You've always been a hero to me. Aw, George. That was so schmaltzy. I am gonna hold that over your head for a very long while. Ugh. I shouldn't have said anything at all.